continuing on from our study of the Old Testament, this is Deuteronomy. So screenshot it or pause it so you can read it. Moses' final sermons. This is just before Moses dies, before he doesn't get into the promised land. He dies, and Joshua takes over. He appoints Joshua to take over. But he wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, was written by Moses. Continuing on in Deuteronomy, we have Moses' final words. Joshua will become new leader. 10 Commandments, love of the Lord, rules for defeating nations. This is all in the Deuteronomy. Versus the tribe. Moses will die on Mount Nebo. Moses dies. He was very old. Joshua. Now I like the story. I remember this story from Sunday school years ago. Joshua's name means Lord is my salvation. Jesus' name means Joshua in Hebrew. Lord is my salvation. This is interesting. And then you've got the Israelites reach the promised land. Joshua is one of the spies in Canaan. Israelites don't trust God. And he curses them. For 40 years they have to wander in the desert. Joshua trusts God. Moses dies and appoints, we've done that there. Joshua dies, conquest of Canaan. The fall of Jericho. I expect you remember this. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho and the walls came tumbling down. This is it. Joshua fought the battle. Remember this one. I remember Rahab, because she was the lady who hung the cord out of a window to help show them where they needed to go. That's a good Bible. And then that continues in Joshua here. And God grants the Israelites victory. 31 battles for the promised land. The Levite clan. And then here you've got obviously the land assignment in Israel. So this is what Israel was set up by the tribes of Israel. So you've got Asher, Naphtali, Zebulun, Issachar, I'm not sure how to say that, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Benjamin, Ephraim, Dan, Simeon and Judah. So this is where Israel belongs to the Jews, guys. Judges, Book of Judges. Israel disobeys God, of course, don't they? Israel's fight. So let's put the torch on, that's better. So yeah, Israelites fight the remaining Canaanites. God tells them to take over. Instead, many intermarry and begin worshipping idols, which is a thing that we see a lot with the Jews at the beginning, was they'd start to obey God and then they'd turn to idols. And we see that all over the place still. Throughout the whole world, really, don't we? People worshipping idols and turning away from God. So nothing's really changed. I mean, if you look on TikTok, most of the videos you see is people working for Satan on there. You've got the tarot card readers, the psychics, all these other people. They're all working for Satan on there. And there's the believers in God who are working for Jesus, working for the Lord. So you see it still going on now. Anyway, tribes responsible for defeating remaining cities. Look at all those names there. Okay, and we're going to do judges over this side. Okay, so we've got 12 judges over Israelites oppressed by Aram Naharaim. This is some of the stuff I didn't know, but I know this bit at the bottom here, where they had David who fought the giant, Goliath. Samson, the strongest man, oppressed by the Philistines. Oh, is this not the David yet, is it? What am I talking about? This is Samson, the one who was blinded and then pushed down the pillars. That was him. There you go. So screenshot that or watch the page so you can make notes. That's Judges. Now the last one we're going to do is Ruth. So the book of Ruth, during the book of Judges, 1290 BC before Christ, Ruth has a forms of friendship with Naomi. Return home, my daughters. Why would you come with me? And she stays with her. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. That's what Ruth said to Naomi. There we go. Husband Naomi, son Orpah, son Ruth. Brilliant. Naomi wants to return to Bethlehem. Orpah returns to her family. Ruth stays with Naomi. Okay, and of course we know what happens, don't we? Ruth meets Boaz. And here it is. Israelites freed from Egypt, enter Promised Land, intermarry Moabites, Ruth and Orpah. Naomi returns to Bethlehem. So this is kind of all interlapping, really, although it's consecutive. It's interlapping with what's happened in the past, because that was when the Israelites were taken to slavery and Moses was there, wasn't he? So it's all kind of going back. That's the backstory. Survive off leftover barley harvest. Naomi passes her faith to Ruth, so Ruth becomes a Christian. Ruth finds favour with kinsman named Boaz, and Boaz is her kinsman redeemer, male relative who had responsibility to act for a woman who was in trouble. They fall in love and marry, and their child is the descendant of Jesus. Ruth, Boaz, Obed, Jesse, David, and then Jesus. Wow. So there you go. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now, and we'll do some more studying of the Old Testament next time.